again, welcome to today's attempt of a loop. This is a game where you get a series of pictures and you have to put them into a loop, such that each one is connected to the ones on either side. The connections can be anything from they have a similar name, they have a similar use, a similar colour or shape, or loads of other things basically. Let's play and see how we get on. We're starting with a matchstick. Does anything have anything to do with a matchstick? That, I'm not sure I know what it is, which is always a problem. Okay, matchsticks are used for lighting fires, and that obviously has a wick, so we'll put dynamite there. You can go either way round. What else? That is a red fish. That is something that's been whisked by the looks of it. I mean, it looks like a Japanese delicacy, and I don't know if it actually does look like a Japanese delicacy, or if I'm just thinking that because I can see the Japanese flag and think maybe that's what subconsciously put Japan in my head. But I mean, it does look like wasabi sauce or something like that. That is a silhouette. And that's a film. Okay, so the film camera and the silhouette feel like they're going to go next to each other. I don't know if they go there, but we can move them. That is somebody opening a tin of tuna, a tin of sardines, a mackerel, something like that. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. Alfred Nobel. Okay, so Alfred Nobel invented dynamite, and then he started the Nobel Peace Prize because he felt so bad for having invented dynamite. What on earth has any of these other ones got to do with Alfred Nobel? None of them look like they've got anything to do with peace. What is this? It looks like some kind of latch device, some kind of buckle. Maybe because it's a buckle it goes with the can, the ring pull? That feels tenuous. What about the crow? I mean, are we meant to think that this is Hitchcock? Because then the birds could be next to him. What else could go next to a film? Oh, that's a rising sun. Okay, so that's going to go next to Japan. At least we've worked that out. What else? I'm still kind of convinced that that's going to go next to Japan, so we'll put it there for now. It really would help if I knew what this was. I mean, it looks familiar, I just can't think of the name of it, which doesn't help. How are we going to get a red fish involved anywhere? I mean, it's clearly not a real fish either. It's a sort of thing that looks like it might have soy sauce in it. So maybe it's going to go next to the wasabi that might not even be wasabi. What else? Let's get those out of the way. We'll bring these down in a sequence. What's going to go next to the match or to Nobel? Because I kind of need to start building these up. Maybe we just put the sun next to the match because they're both to do with fire. Maybe the fish goes in the tin. Maybe the tin is secured by a ring pull and that's some kind of buckle thing. And then we'll put these three in. Could that be called a crow's thing? Do I think maybe the crow and the film thing are going to be the other way around? Yeah, let's risk that. Okay, you can see we can have 5 guesses anyway, so we're going to get a bunch of information. But I'm not as confident as I was last time I did this. Interesting. Okay, so these green ones are all correct and in the correct place. These yellow ones mean that the connection is correct, but the picture is in the wrong place. So clearly, if these are both correctly connected to Japan, but they're not in the right place because they're not green, that just means they need to swap. And now these are all connected in a sequence of yellows, so they do all go next to each other, but the fact that they're not in the right place, again, just means that we need to swap the direction. So that has to 100% be correct. And it is. So now let's find out exactly how they link, because I'm very curious about some of these. Oh, it was matcha, not wasabi. Okay, so that's why it goes next to the match, because matcha, fair enough. Matcha is associated with Japan. I worked out that it was associated with Japan, even if I didn't know what it was. Japan, Land of the Rising Sun. Yep, we worked that out. Sunrise and movie projector, because they both illuminate darkness. That's a little bit of a stretch, particularly when it comes to the projector, but again, we kind of solved the puzzle eventually, so I'm not going to grumble too much. The projector, it was Hitchcock rather than just a generic silhouette, so yeah, I correctly put those two together and I correctly worked out that it was the birds. Crows have beaks, and this is a can opener. That looks absolutely nothing like the style of can opener that I use. And apparently it has a beak style opener. I wouldn't have got that even if I knew it was a can opener. Wow, maybe that's more of an American thing than a European/British thing. It was a can opener and a sardine can. Yes, I think I mentioned sardines. I mentioned several other fish. It could have been any of them. It doesn't really matter. That's a fish. That's a fish. We worked that out. That is called a Swedish fish. I had no idea. So obviously I had no idea why that linked to Nobel, but now we all know. It's a Swedish fish, and he is a famous Swede. And then, yes, the one bit of knowledge that I actually did have that was useful was that he invented dynamite. So that's why they went together. And of course, dynamite gets lit with a match, potentially. So that's why they went together. So I did better than I thought, actually. Let me know how you got on with this. That is the loop. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.